Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to take you along on a full day of eating with me. I'm going to give you a breakfast, lunch, and dinner idea. So down in the description box below, I will share the recipes that I used in today's video. But starting off with the tater tot casserole dish, this is one where you just want to ground up 2 pounds of sausage. You're going to need a 32-ounce bag of tater tots, as well as several cheeses. You are going to need a lot of milk and a lot of eggs. So for this recipe, we are mostly dairy-free. The only dairy that we usually eat is cheese. So you will see this in this video that we use almond milk, and we think it turns out just great. So once that is all ground up, you are going to set your oven to 350, and then you're going to spray a 9x13 baking dish. So here we use the Ore-Ida tater tots just because they specifically state that they are gluten-free. So if you are gluten-free, make sure you are checking the tater tot bags just because some can be non-gluten-free. So to a bowl, you're going to be adding the tater tots. They are frozen, and your cooked sausage, and then you're going to top it with some shredded cheese of cheddar cheese and mozzarella. And then you are basically going to set that bowl aside because you are going to mix all of your wet ingredients together and pour that over everything else within the casserole dish.
The street, I'm just smiling big at everybody. 2 more blocks and I'll be at your door.
And once you got that all mixed up, you're going to start compiling everything into the dish. So you're going to pour your tater tot mix in, and then you want to evenly spread this out as much as possible. So usually I notice I will get parts of the casserole that will be heavier with tots or heavier with sausage. So I try to even it out as much as possible before I pour the liquid mixture over. So here you'll see I'm shuffling everything around, and then I'm going to pour the egg and milk mixture over top, and then you are going to put it in the oven for a very long time. The recipe calls for 70 minutes. I think I have noticed ours takes a lot longer. I want to say more towards 90 minutes. So like I said, definitely give yourself a lot of time in the morning to be able to make this. Otherwise, you're going to be basically having brunch.
Overcome, brother, nothing keeps me melancholy. Spread my wings, so damn ready to soar. And there couldn't be a better taste after everything I faced. I send a little luck my way, send a little bright sun ray to hit my skin.
So moving on to lunch, this is one of my absolute favorite Cobb salads. It is a steak Cobb salad from Paleo Running Mama. It is so stinking good. Trust me, guys, it is so good, and you have to try it. And it is loaded with protein. So for lunch, you're getting your high protein and so much veggies. So for this recipe, you will need a flank steak, or here I believe I'm using a London broil, which I feel like usually works better for this recipe. So here I'm just seasoning with salt and pepper. And then you're gonna heat up a cast iron pan and then add some avocado oil in it to be able to fry the steak in. So once that's hot, I throw the steak in, and then I add in my Applegate bacon to basically have that fat render out and then cook that steak also in that fat. So usually while that is cooking, I am prepping everything else. I do prep the salad dressing on the weekend just because it's easier thing to meal prep, and then I'm usually able to easily compile my salad during the work day. So here I am cutting up some romaine. You can use a spring mix. Usually I do half and half, but today I only had romaine to be able to put in my salad. You are also going to be adding a hard-boiled egg, and then I only use 2 pieces of bacon to top on my salad. And then you are going to just basically take however you want of steak and top off your salad with the steak as well. I then also will grab about a handful of cherry tomatoes. I get the flavor bombs at Sam's and they are phenomenal. Highly recommend. So I will top that, and then you will just top it with the green avocado salad dressing as much as you please. And that is my lunch for this specific day. I, again, can't recommend this recipe enough. So definitely check the description box down below to try this recipe yourself. So for dinner this particular night, I actually made 2 different recipes. I made this casserole dish recipe and also a chicken and broccoli Instant Pot recipe that had rice in it. I think this recipe here is going to be a great option for actually lunches and to be able to meal prep on the weekends. So basically what you're going to do is heat a pan with some avocado oil, and then you're going to cook up your seasoned chicken. Here I did chicken breast and boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And then you're going to basically brown it and make sure it's all cooked through. And then in the casserole dish, you are going to add basically semi-cooked broccoli, some seasoning. I used a dairy-free cream cheese and then also a dairy-free sour cream. And then you're also going to add some hot sauce and seasonings and cheese to top it off with. If there was anything I could recommend in regards to this recipe, it would be to put all of the sauces in a saucepan and heat it up and kind of mix it together on that and then dump it into this recipe. I just felt like our cream cheese kind of stuck and it didn't really spread out evenly among everything. I would definitely say this recipe is very good. It needs a little bit more seasoning in my opinion. I just really like seasoned food. So one thing I would recommend in regards to this recipe, but it is a great carb friendly recipe and one that I would probably lean more towards meal prepping on the weekends and having it for a good high protein, low carb lunch for the week. But the other recipe that I had made this particular night was a chicken, broccoli, rice Instant Pot recipe. I did create a short on that. So if you go over to my YouTube channel, you will see that short over there. That recipe turned out phenomenal. So if you don't mind a little carb in your life, that recipe is one I highly recommend. To me, it reminded me of a broccoli and cheddar soup, but not in a soup form. So again, I will have that recipe also linked down below, but overall, you're just going to basically mix everything together and then throw in a 9x13 casserole dish and bake in the oven until the cheese is nice and melted. So again, a super friendly meal prep idea and also a quick weeknight meal. So that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was short and sweet, but if you would like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys. Straight to all my better days. Looking through rose-colored glasses at all my mistakes. Breaking through the ceiling, unfazed. Baby, watch me come alive, come alive.